Most people think work only fails in two ways: you either burn out from doing too much, or you get bored from doing too little. But what if both of those are the wrong extremes, and the real problem is that you're missing the middle zone where work actually feels good? In this video, we're breaking down burnout versus boredom and the psychological zone where focus, motivation, and satisfaction finally align. If you want to understand how your brain really experiences work and productivity, subscribe now, because this channel is about mastering how humans actually function, not how they're told to. Let me ask you something. Have you ever finished a day completely exhausted and wondered, why am I so tired when I didn't even feel productive? Or the opposite, have you ever had an easy day, plenty of free time, and still felt strangely empty or restless? If that sounds familiar, you're not broken. You're just stuck on the wrong side of the work spectrum. Burnout happens when demands constantly exceed your mental and emotional capacity. It's not just physical tiredness. It's when effort stops producing satisfaction. Even small tasks feel heavy. Motivation drops. Your brain switches into survival mode, where it conserves energy instead of creating. This is why pushing harder rarely fixes burnout, it usually makes it worse. Boredom, on the other hand, isn't about doing nothing. It's about doing things that don't challenge you. Tasks feel repetitive, predictable, or meaningless. Time slows down. Focus drifts. And even though you're not exhausted, you feel disengaged. The brain craves stimulation and growth, and when it doesn't get them, motivation quietly fades. Here's what most people don't realize: burnout and boredom feel different, but they lead to the same result: low motivation. One drains you through overload. The other drains you through underuse. And many people bounce between these two states without ever realizing there's a better option in between. That option is the middle zone, a psychological state where work feels challenging but not overwhelming. This is where your skills are stretched just enough to demand focus, but not so much that you shut down. It's the zone where time moves faster, attention deepens, and effort feels meaningful instead of forced. Think about the last time you were fully absorbed in something. You weren't relaxed, but you weren't stressed either. You were engaged. That's the middle zone, and that's where humans perform best. Modern life pushes people away from this balance. Some are overloaded with pressure, deadlines, and expectations until burnout becomes inevitable. Others are stuck in routines that are safe but stagnant, where boredom slowly eats away at motivation. Both states feel wrong, and both signal misalignment, not failure. Burnout tells your brain, this is too much. Boredom tells your brain, this doesn't matter. The middle zone exists when three things come together: challenge, clarity, and control. The task must stretch you. You need to understand why it matters. And you need some control over how you approach it. Remove any one of these, and work starts to feel wrong again. This is why people burn out doing work they once loved: the challenge increased, but clarity or control disappeared. And it's why people feel bored in easy jobs: the work no longer stretches them, even if everything looks fine on the surface. Quick check: have you subscribed or not? If you're enjoying this breakdown of human psychology and work, subscribing helps you stay ahead of ideas that most people never question. To move closer to the middle zone, you first need to identify where you are. Are you exhausted or disengaged? Overloaded or under-challenged? Many people mistake boredom for laziness and burnout for weakness, when both are simply signals from the brain asking for adjustment. The solution isn't always doing less or doing more. Sometimes it's doing different. Burnout requires recovery and meaning, not just rest. Boredom requires challenge and growth, not just busyness. The brain doesn't want comfort forever, and it doesn't want pressure forever, it wants progress. And here's something important: the middle zone changes. What challenges you today might bore you tomorrow. What excites you now might exhaust you later. That's normal. The mistake is ignoring those signals and blaming yourself instead. Ask yourself better questions. Does this work stretch me or suffocate me? Does it demand focus or kill it? Am I tired because I'm doing too much or because none of it feels meaningful? When work feels right, effort doesn't disappear, but resistance does. You still get tired, but it's a satisfying tiredness. The kind that comes from using your abilities instead of fighting your environment. The goal isn't to eliminate stress or boredom completely. The goal is to stay as close as possible to that middle zone where learning happens, creativity flows, and work stops feeling like punishment. So here's the final question. Are you truly burned out, truly bored, or just one adjustment away from the zone where work finally feels right? If you liked this video, hit the subscribe button, like it, share it with someone who feels stuck between exhaustion and emptiness, and comment below, do you feel closer to burnout or boredom right now? Because understanding that difference can change how you work and how you live.